do people believe that Shedeur has the makeup to be a backup quarterback? And what I mean by that is, generally speaking, we saw it with Jameis Winston. Jameis didn't do nothing wrong, but some people was like, "Oh my goodness, the backup quarterback is talking." Coaches don't be like they don't like noise. I think alone from the specter of what Shedeur Sanders is, I think most people are going to want to see him as a starter. And that's kind of deep to deal with, especially when you got to deal with people that's sitting behind somebody. So I think that was something in the rundown or whatever, but we'll get to it.
Yeah, that's going to be up next. But before we get into it, I do have some business I got to take care of, guys. So we're not having a full show tomorrow. And Earl's going to do 216s. He's going to be live today at 5 o'clock. If you didn't see what Shedeur was doing for the community over in Garden Valley, if you missed it on Twitter, Earl and Cecil are going to be talking about that today live at 5 o'clock. And then tomorrow morning, you're going to get an extra 216 at 11 a.m. to replace our normal show because too many of us were off. So make sure you tune in to 216 tonight, live at 5, especially for Shedeur content. And then tomorrow morning again at 11 a.m. He'll be there. Cecil will be there. And then before we get into our Shedeur topic, today's episode is brought to you by Epicor. Every team knows the value of hard work, of taking pride in what you build, and in practicing every detail to get the best results. But no one player, no matter how amazing, can do it all alone. Working together makes getting the win easier. At Epicor, the All-Stars are the hardworking manufacturers and distributors who create and deliver the things we all need, from aerospace to electrical to medical devices. ERP solutions are created by industry experts to help every day be easier. Seeing your whole supply chain, managing logistics, and responding to price changes, all made simpler. From small businesses with big dreams to growing enterprises with a global vision, we'll equip you with the right tools to move forward, think ahead, and lead the way. Because as the clock ticks down, you need to make the most out of every hardworking minute. And easier doesn't cut corners, easier finds the lane. Discover your success at www.easierwithepicor.com. That's www.easierwithepicor.com.
All right, we kind of foreshadowed it before the read. We saved everybody, and obviously we got to Shedeur Sanders. Now, coming off the Dillon Gabriel conversation, I think, when you talk about what is Shedeur Sanders' upside going to be this year and what he's planning to do or what he might look like, I think it has a lot to do with the order in which these guys are going to be playing, whether it's one of the veterans we assume will start the season off, whether that's Pickett or Flacco. We asked the guys, they believe that Dillon Gabriel would get the first opportunity unless something changes in the preseason, during some of the preseason games. But if you have Shedeur Sanders, right, how many games do you need to see him in order to evaluate what his upside is?
I feel like we did this exercise when we did the 6 games thing, and we realized that it really isn't that big of a sample size.
It's not even close.
Yeah. I think that it's so weird. The quarterback position is so weird because people are different. It's quarterbacks that come in their first year and they just look amazing. And you're like, oh, yeah. And then the next year, their sophomore year, they take a slump. Then it's vice versa. It's guys that come in their rookie year and struggle, but then the game slows down for them and then they take off their second year. So for Shedeur, to me, when you're in the NFL, the number one thing you chase is consistency. Like, that's the only thing he can do is go out there and consistently put good tape out there. When he's out at practice, when he's in the huddle, he's consistently going to the right places. He's consistently making the right adjustments. He's consistently putting the ball in the right place. That keeps you around for much longer than a couple of splashes here and there. I think he's doing a really good job, off the field with all the stuff that he's doing in the community and all of those things, because what it does is it's got the fan base wanting him. Like, I want that guy to be the starting quarterback. So I think he's doing a good job there. And he's doing everything as far as this right here. You see workout videos all the time. Now, the thing about this is he's showing you, like, I'm putting in that work. And as a fan, we love to see that. But the funny part is, I sat here and thought about it like, what do you think, Dillon Gabriel is just sitting on his hands? Like, he's doing the same thing. He's just not. It's just something about being able to see it, though, that changes the trajectory of what we think of a prospect. For him, though, I'm rooting for him to get out there and make an impact. Obviously, the preseason is going to be big for him. Them joint practices is going to be big for him. And as long as he can pick up the playbook and make those plays, because he's got his teammates even saying like, if Chad Johnson is correct, and Denzel Ward said he liked that, like he that deal, like he's even got his teammates going to bat for him. So, he's won the locker room over. He just got to consistently keep showing those coaches that I got the playbook down. If it is the playbook, he got to show them, hey, I got a great understanding of the playbook. I can get in and out of the huddle. I can make the adjustments on the field. If you give me 2 or 3 calls, I can or kill one play and go to the next play. Make sure that we're in the right thing. I can look at the protection and say, oh, they're running this front. We need to check to this and we can get to that. Like he needs to do those things. If he's doing all of those things, he will find his way on the field. And there's no doubt about it. There's nothing that they can do to hold him off the field.
It's the playbook is the biggest thing with him. It's not the on field. It's not the on
Well, it's clearly not on the field because we see all the highlights.
Yeah, it's for him. It comes down to, do you know the playbook? Do you know what they want to run? And are you comfortable?
Have you watched The Quarterback on Netflix this new season?
No, because I didn't drive to West Virginia.
That's a shame. Well, they on one of the episodes, I think it's the beginning of episode 3. They're talking to Joe, Jarrett, and Kirk about how you get 25 seconds on the play clock. Run me through what goes through your mind. And literally everything I just said, the first thing I'm doing is they give you 2 to 3 plays. You come out there. First thing I'm doing is looking at the clock, looking at the play clock to see how much time I got. Sometimes I got 14 seconds. Sometimes I got 12 seconds. So then I got to look at the protection and make sure, all right, this is this the front, the end. We ran this before to this front and it was successful. So I'm checking to that. Or I got 2 plays and I see that the secondary is in this. If it's 2 high or if it's 1 high. If it's 2 back there, are they playing cover 2 or are they playing cover 4? If it's 1 high, is it man to man or is they playing cover 3? You got to figure that out. Once you figure that out, now I got to figure out what out of those 2 or 3 plays the coach gave me, which one to go to. So I'm going to kill the first play. So you see him can or kill or whatever they say for the first play. Now everybody knows we're going to play 2. And now, boom, I got to be ready to snap the ball. Like, that's a lot of stuff to process. And
You got 5 seconds.
yeah, that's a lot to process. So I don't know if people really understand, like, what goes into being a quarterback. But that right there is every play. And you got to do that like 70 to 80 times a game. And if you don't know that playbook like the back of your hand and you don't know them checks and adjustments like the back, it's hard to put you out there because now I can't give you 2 plays to call. I can only give you the 1 play to call. If the playbook thing is the problem, I still haven't confirmed or confirmed or denied that that's really what it is.
It is.
But that is a major part because you have to be able to do that if you're going to play quarterback in the NFL.
But in terms of what's funny to me is like the original question: does Shedeur have the makeup to be a backup quarterback?
Oh yeah.
All the noise around Shedeur is generated by us. Like as a kid, he's not a kid. As a young man, I think he's been great. Like he always says the right things.
He's had 1 incident, speeding.
Yeah, I mean, and
which we all do.
Yeah, But the only thing with that was if you got a team that's looking for a reason not to trust you, don't give them a reason. But aside from that, I don't care about the speeding stuff. I don't think it's that big of a deal. I never, it's nothing I haven't done myself today, probably.
right now.
Yeah, well.
Like I was just on the road.
So I think he can't, because in a locker room you do as the backup quarterback, you need to keep your mouth shut and your head down, and you work and you be ready. I think absolutely he could do that, but I do think that there's a lot of teams out there that don't want to deal with all the extra that comes with him. And the unfortunate part about that is I don't think he really generates a lot of that extra. I think his dad generates a lot of the extra, a lot of the social media stuff, which he does put out there, so that does fall on him. But there's a lot of guys doing that. But in terms of like who he is at his core, I think he'd be great as a guy who, if it's not there right now, I'm still convinced they're taking another quarterback at the top of the first round next year. And one of these guys has to be overwhelmingly fantastic to change their mind. But as a guy who could hang around for a couple of years, yeah, I think he could. And as a guy who could develop for a couple of years, yeah, I absolutely think he's shown that he can do that. If he's not ready on day one, we'll just see who gets the opportunities now.
Yeah, I think this is why I'm so excited about the preseason, right? And a lot of people say, "Oh gosh, here goes preseason. That's practice." But this, to me, is going to be one of the most pivotal times to watch the Cleveland Browns. It's going to be must-see TV because, Tyvus, you know this. There's things that you could do in practice that's cool, right? But the great thing about being a quarterback is, and a lot of them can't even explain it to you, when the ball is snapped, they could do all they want to. They could, they could tell you to play. They could tell you what the progression is. They can help you understand and diagnose what the defense is trying to do to you. But the best thing about the great quarterbacks or quarterbacks that play well on Sundays is something happens where they see it a different way. They don't look like they got it in practice, but then all of a sudden you're like, bro, this dude is doing this in the game, because the coach can't coach you once the ball snapped. It's just up to you and where I need to make the plays and where I need to go. And so we'll get a chance to see a lot of this stuff because it'll become evident with the playbook, right? So in preseason games, we'll see how quickly he gets out of the huddle.
Yeah.
We'll see how quickly he checks. We'll see how quickly he gets pressed. Do they got to take timeouts because people ain't in the right place? Mm-hmm. All those things will become evident now because you get to see that body of work right there in those game situations. The sacks, are you taking sacks? Are you getting rid of the ball? Are you getting to your back foot, getting on time? All of these things we're going to get an opportunity to see. And then I think we can really put a definitive note on what it is and how well they're playing and picking everything up.
I'll be interested to see the movement as far as depth chart goes. The first game, who they played for? Carolina? Is that the first preseason game? I think
yes.
so. So, like, Carolina, we'll go out there.
Before you do, let me ask you this, because you played in a lot of preseason games. Have you seen where you guys, a guy could be ahead of a guy, or, they could be perceived light years away, and then in like a week after a preseason game, they make mass shuffles where it'd be like, dang, he was with the ones. Mm-hmm. Now he with the threes?
Yeah, that happens all the time. It might not go from ones to threes. You're going to go 1 to 2.
Right.
But that depth chart, that depth chart definitely moves, especially 3 to 2 or 2 to 1 like that. Yes.
So you come in one week and you with the twos, and the next week they line up and it's like, you're not getting reps. You just holding bags.
No, when you come in every day you go out to practice, this is the depth chart for the day. And you'll see, all right, I'm with the twos today.
If you're not with the twos.
Next time you come in, all right, I'm with the threes.
So they post the threes. You just
next time you come in,
you might be coming in. Yeah.
You ain't coming in.
Next time is you rotate, or it's the new one. You rotating in at 3. You at the threes, but you rotating.
Oh, that's nasty work.
So what's going to happen
nasty work.
If there's 4 plays with the threes, you come in after 2.
You got 1 rep.
Yeah, that's how it works.
That hurt.
That's really how it works. So you will
and
know.
The next day, bring your playbook.
Yeah, you will know
to the office.
Trust me, when I in my cup of tea career, I promise y'all, I got a diary. I kept a diary with me when I played in the NFL. In that diary, I kid you not, I used to predict when I was getting cut. I knew it. I knew it.
You knew the telltale signs?
I knew on Wednesday I could tell you if I was getting cut on that by the end of that week. And I promise you, I was right 99% of the time.
What is the
depth chart? The depth chart tells you everything.
Did the coaches, when the coach walked past you in the cafeteria, don't say that?
No, it don't necessarily be the coaches. Like your coach ain't really like even when I got cut at San Fran, when I had to be when I got into my mode at San Fran, when I knew I was getting cut, we had a Monday practice, right? We must have been coming off a bye, so we had a Monday practice. When we came back on Monday, I was starting on special teams, right? Tuesday, we off. Wednesday, when we came back, I was all the way at the bottom of special teams. And I'm looking like, whoa, just 2 days ago, what's this? So in my mind, I'm like, oh yeah, I know what this about. So
this ain't that funny. I'm sorry to laugh at you like that.
It's not funny. It is, but it ain't. So I got an attitude about it. Like, I'm sitting there, I'm mad. So I put my hoodie on. I went just like this. I had my hoodie all the way like this, and I tied it real tight, right? So the only thing you can see is my eyes.
Oh, you upset?
So everybody was like, what's wrong? I ain't laughing or nothing. Usually I'm like class clown. I'm in the back joking. I ain't laughing or nothing. So I'm knowing that I'm getting cut. So everybody like, why you think you getting cut? I said, listen, I'm telling you. They gonna cut me on Saturday. I promise you. So I'm talking to Halfley. Shout out to Jeff Halfley. He the DC with the Packers now. I'm talking to Halfley like, you're not getting cut. Like, I talked to, like, they ain't told me nothing. I talked to Robert Saleh, the D coordinator. He was like, Tyvus, you are not getting cut. Why do you think that?
Liar.
Saturday came around. Mind you, I haven't said 2 words all week to nobody. Like, I'm not talking to no one because I know what it is. Saturday come around. We go out to do our walkthroughs. Go walk through. Say, like, see, you ain't getting cut. They was going to cut you in the today. All right? We get done with walkthroughs. We walking in the locker room.
You had your cleats.
He's sitting right there. Let me talk to you. I said, didn't I tell y'all? Didn't I tell y'all? I said, I already knew. So the depth chart speaks volumes, is what I'm saying. You will know what the situation is.
You're walking to your own execution.
He couldn't even take his cleats
I already knew what it was.
Let me talk to you real quick.
Yeah, he was sitting right there. Let me talk to you. I said, I know. I said, bro, I've been waiting on you since Wednesday. I've been waiting on you since Wednesday. I already know.